Obviously very early, but the clips we've seen coming out of Chiefs training camp, they haven't missed a beat. They look unbelievable. Is the idea around Kansas City, you think that this could be the best Chiefs team of the Mahomes era, and it's kind of more in line with when they had Tyreek Hill with all these new weapons that they've brought in?
I'm not ready to say they're the best team of the Chiefs era, but they have Patrick Mahomes and they've got Andy Reid. You know, what's interesting to me about that team is they lost some people from their front office this year. Operational people that behind the scenes I think are important and significant. Now you still have the best quarterback in football. You still have a Hall of Fame coach who's one of the best coaches who's ever been in the game. And those two guys can make up for a lot of absences. But there are questions about who's playing left tackle. There's questions about who's playing wide receiver. There's some defensive questions. So I don't know that I'm ready to say this is the best Chiefs team when the previous two won Super Bowls already. But when they have that quarterback and that coach, they're always going to be dangerous. They're always going to be really good. And they're going to have a chance to make their own mark on history this upcoming season.
Yeah, we're big fans. And when you have that tight end, obviously, you got an opportunity in any third down, red zone, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hey, you're the man. We appreciate you. Safe travels. Tell Pennsylvania we said hello.
I will sing your best. Thank you for having me. Welcome back. Football's back. Everybody's in camp by Wednesday.
Hell yeah, Shefty, I like that. That's a good optimism. But the Chiefs seemingly are going to run the NFL and continue to run the NFL, and that's a beautiful thing. Let me tell you why.
What?
Some people hate it. Well, you were the Patriots, so you understand this. Some people hate whenever there's like greatness right in front of your face. Some people hate it. You know, sometimes it takes time to look back upon something and give it its props. You know, normally this happens when people pass away. They give flowers to people, and they're like, you know, people say you need to give flowers now. You need to give flowers now. We need to give flowers now to this Chiefs team because the way Patrick Mahomes operates while being who he is, insane. The way Travis Kelce operates while being who he is, absolutely insane. Both of them have remained the exact same human beings. They look the exact same. Mm-hmm. Patrick Mahomes, there's a photo from him last training camp showing up, this training camp showing up, I assume next training camp showing up, and one after looks the exact same. Travis Kelce, same exact dude throughout all of this, through the growth. Andy Reid has not changed at all. None of these people have changed. They're almost like built and ready for the moment. So whenever I see them continuing to be awesome, I love it. There's going to come a day where, you know, we're going to have to celebrate what was in Kansas City.
Of course.
And everybody will have to recognize how great it was. Just like we're doing with the Patriots and have been doing with the Patriots since everybody has kind of moved on. But like right in front of our face, we have a team that is just a spectacle. And they have the dogs on their roster that close games they're going to win. They have the talent on their team. And they have a bunch of dudes that I think we would be fans of if they weren't just the greatest at what they were doing in real life. So, congrats to the Chiefs. Joining us now, live from the Hammer, Dahn. Tone Diggs has some on the Chiefs, maybe being the first team to ever go 3 in a row. Take it away, Tone.
Thank you. The Hammer downtown does have a good ring to it. And first and foremost, T's and P's to Shefty, because once you get 40 minutes east of Pittsburgh, the rest of PA just absolutely stinks. Like, it is just the absolute worst. And we're not talking about a small middle part. It's a big middle part of that state that just absolutely
lot of meat, Tone. Lot of meat.
Absolutely stinks.
Yeah.
And you're talking about people that hate greatness and the Chiefs. I am one of those people. I hate the Chiefs. I hate greatness. I hate the Chiefs. I will say it here and there. We're screwed, though. We're absolutely screwed, though. They are going back to back to back. Okay, there's been 9 teams that have gone back to back. Of those 9 teams, 0 of those teams have gone back to the Super Bowl. 3 have gone to an NFC or AFC championship, the Cowboys, Niners, and Steelers, but they all lost in their championship game. The Chiefs, though, like, last year was the year. Like, last year was the year that anyone could have got them, and nobody did. They were 16th in offense last year. They scored 21.8 points per game. They only scored over 33 times. The year before that, in 2022, they scored over 39 times. They were the number 1 offense in the NFL, and they averaged 29.2 points per game.
Damn.
Last year was the year to get it. Like, all their twos this year at the wide receiver position, Sky Moore, Justin Watson, Kadarius Toney, they're number 2s this year, okay? They're going to be their second wide receivers coming off the bench. Now that they have Hollywood Brown, Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice, who was a rookie coming into last year, so he wasn't number 1 on the depth chart. Plus, you mentioned Travis Kelce. Plus, Pacheco's another year in that offense. Andy Reid's still there. Patrick Mahomes is still there. Like, the offense is not going to be 15th or 6th. The Colts and Saints, okay? Those 2 teams, no disrespect to those 2 teams. Neither of them made
Sounds like you're about to be very disrespectful.
Neither of those 2 teams made the playoffs last year. They scored more points than the Kansas City Chiefs did last year. That would be the Colts and the Saints, okay? And that was Gardner Minshew and sometimes Derek Carr and some other shit around there in New Orleans.
Okay.
Whatever's going on.
Tony.
They are
Jeez.
not going to be the 15th or 16th scoring offense this year. I do not believe. I believe they're going to get back probably into the top 5. Oh, and then off the defense, which was number 2 last year in points per game and yards, they have 8 of their 11 top tacklers back. And let me check here. Yep, 10 out of 10 of their top sack getters last year are all back on the Chiefs defense. Now, did they lose one of the best corners in the NFL? Yes, they did, but a lot of people think that they have the pieces to replace that when Snead went to Tennessee. But listen, Spagnuolo's going to figure it out. The defense. So when you go with the number 2 defense, and if the offense gets back to what they potentially could be and probably will be, spells trouble, okay? Because the Chiefs also, they play the aforementioned Saints. They play the NFC South, which not the best division in the world, okay? That stinks. And then they play the Raiders and the Broncos twice, who knows who that's going to be. That's going to be 8 wins there. Their total's 11.5. They get the Bengals, the Ravens, the Texans. They get all those guys in Arrowhead at home, so that'd be potentially 11 there. Their over-unders at 11.5. What I'm saying is I'm worried
that they got better.
I'm worried that they got better, okay? And then if they have home field, we know the Dolphins aren't going in there and winning a playoff game, and a lot of the other Texans ain't going into Arrowhead and winning a game in the cold. Hey, listen, there's the Stroud House, there's the Loud House. They ain't going outside and winning in KC. What I'm saying is I've got some worry that, the Super Bowl favorite plus 550, plus 600 Kansas City Chiefs could potentially do it again and be the first team to three-peat.
Hey, thank you, Tone.
Yeah.
That was well put together.
Oh, yeah, Tony.
I mean, real gloom and doom for the rest of us, though.
Yeah.
Let me start going. 10, let me see. Let me check my stats here. He took stats. Actually wrote it down. It was fun to watch. 10 out of the top 10 sack getters for them. So, corner, kind of blitz, picked up maybe 1.5 sacks last year. Yeah, he's back. Everybody that has got to the quarterback in Spagnuolo's defense is back in there. 8 out of 11, obviously going to have to turn some over. But what that Chiefs team, and obviously it's not fun to talk about them. Because they've gone back to back.
Yeah.
And we want to find somebody that is going to go. But we talk about like the Niners and all the drama they have. We talk about the Ravens, and we love everything about it. They're half a yard away from beating this Chiefs team, and maybe it's a whole different conversation in Tone, from Tone, who's like, yeah, their offense was 16th. That's why they weren't able to get it done. But they still were able to get it done. What a time to be alive if you're a Chiefs fan, legitimately.
Yeah, I mean, the Ravens, I think right now, going into it on paper, at least they got the best shot. We talked about all the things that the Ravens have done this offseason. Lamar been in the second year, that offense having more weapons around them, still having those pieces on defense. But looking, and I'm a fan of dominance. I like seeing great dominance, whether it's racing or basketball with the Warriors or football with the Patriots, whoever it was.
Racing is an interesting way to describe what you watch with cars.
Come on, D-Bud.
Because racing would be implying that the people are actually racing each other to win.
Right.
Yeah.